Welcome to episode 37 of the World of Screens podcast, our first show of 2026. On today's show, we have reviews for the Choral and Song Sung Blue, plus Pete and I will be giving our top three movies of 2025. I'm Nick LaBarra, the founder and film editor of World of Screens, joined as always, ringing in the new year with Mr. Peter Gray from the AU Review, certified Rotten Tomatoes critic man, interview extraordinaire, TIFF native, bellwether critic.
Everyone's 2026 resolution, go out to the theaters and see things, even
Oh,
if they're not big movies,
this
because
year, fuck. We just had the Odyssey trailer. At the time of recording, we had the Odyssey trailer drop
that's a trailer,
recently.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then we've got
Um,
June Part 3 coming out. So we've got
Doom
so much
Patrol.
big shit coming out this year.
We've also got a whole heap of things released in 2025 that still need to come out in 2026.
We'll
Things
be
like
talking about
um,
Hamnet, Marty Supreme.
Hamnet, Mighty Supreme, It Was Just an Accident, which I
Yeah,
can
no
now
other choice. Oh, yes. You've
quit.
watched it.
So
I'm
yeah,
excited for that episode, actually.
there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of good things happening. Obviously, I will be back in Tifola in September. Very excited. This guy should be going with me, hopefully.
It's confirmed. We've had the conversations.
Oh,
I can finally
I just
announce
I just freaked my dog out by clapping.
it didn't even come through on
Need
the
to come
audio.
through.
So for those listening, Pete
Oh,
claps and now Gigi is
she,
terrified. God bless her.
oh, she doesn't look happy now.
Oh
Um,
no.
oh,
I mean,
Bubba.
our podcast can't make everyone happy. God bless
She's
Gigi. She's a
so
little
pissed
cutie.
off now.
No, it is official. I will be in TIFF. I'll be in Toronto September 10th to September 20th.
So you'll be doing the full 10 days?
I'll be doing at least a week of it, so we'll be
Like,
figuring
yeah.
out. Yeah, yeah.
What, do you know when you're arriving?
No, no, no. I've got to figure out the logistics. It is just Rhiannon and I have figured out what our year looks like, and
Is it
we're good
just
to
you
go.
or is she coming?
Just me, just me.
Yes. Well, I will be there from the 5th.
Oh, great. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay. I
um,
think I was planning on getting in there about the 6th or the 7th.
yeah, nice. Oh, that's exciting.
So
Yeah,
exciting news all
like, I
around.
mean, but the good thing, like, it's like, you know, our great friend Darren,
Yes,
he's going to be there. It's like
I'm excited to finally meet people who I've
yeah, it'll
only ever
be
spoken to online.
and I'm
I'm
not
in
going to act
party and
like
tiff.
oh, just stick with me, Nick. But I'm like, I will be able to help you
You're my shaman. You're my guide.
navigate because
The
that
guide through
first year I
Toronto.
was like, what the fuck is going on? So
Which
yeah,
excites me. I thrive in those situations. I love that
yeah,
sort of stuff. So
it'll be yeah. That's
the
yay. That's
2026.
good because then it means I also have someone as well.
He's like, I have friend. I have friend with me.
I mean, it's very unlikely that we'll be sitting together at anything because there's
No,
all
but we do what we can do. We do what we can do, and we get to do the general experience of it together
and then you will realize, oh, this is why Pete came back every
every
year.
year
Every year.
afterwards. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So that is one thing to look forward to in
Yeah.
2026. But another thing to look forward to is just what a fun year we're going to have on the World of Screens podcast and at worldscreens.com. And if you've been watching by this point, you've already subscribed and you've already liked and you've already commented on the videos. But if you're new, if you could like on the video and subscribe on the video and comment on the video and show some love on the video, that would be
Because you'll
amazing.
have a better 2026 if you do.
It's true.
So
The
like,
science points to it.
yeah, like and subscribe for clean skin.
Oh, I like that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I've
Yeah.
been very happy. Like, it's about to get ruined because we're heading into Christmas and I'm about to drink multiple body weights in alcohol, and that's
Yeah.
what makes my skin flare up. So if you've
Yeah.
ever watched an episode in the past where my skin looks terrible and blotchy, it's
He's,
because I'm
yeah.
drunk.
Yeah, I will say I'm like this, me being on my like health kick
It
has really made me be like, I look good.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
funny how that works and when we take care
yeah.
of ourselves, right?
But let's just say,
I'm
in
about to
nine
cry.
months, in 9 months' time, fuck. Oh, oh yes, we can go out fucking drinking together.
Amen
Because
to
like,
that.
because like that's the only like Toronto, basically Toronto and like my birthday are like the only times that I'm like
We drink. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
consuming. So this will be good because there are some really fucking great bars and shit there. So
I'm excited. I'm
oh, so excited,
excited. Um, bit more housekeeping. If you're listening to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your preferred podcasting platform, you nailed
Hey,
it. We thank you for that. Make sure you download the episode as well. Get us into the algorithm. Head to worldofscreens.com, subscribe to the emailing list, and follow us at World of Screens on Instagram. All your support is incredibly helpful. So we've just come off of absolute banger fucking Boxing Day of releases. New Year's
Mm.
Day is another, it's a bit quieter. January gets a little bit quiet in movie world, but Australia do pick up some films that have already premiered in the
We
United States
get
and the UK. We get that January
January.
sort of
January tends to be kind of like the award season month for
totally, yeah,
movies. A
because
lot of
obviously
like
we're leading up to the Oscars, we're leading up to the
we
Globes,
we get a lot of movies that are like,
bit of
you know,
traction.
people will be like, "How this was nominated for Best Picture? I've never heard of it." And then Australia goes, "You have now," and just
Exactly.
gives us.
And then
So
they plaster
basically,
Academy Award nominated film, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
So
two films we're
January.
talking about today are not, unfortunately. They are not
Well,
really.
Song Sung Blues picked up
Might be, yeah. Oh,
a
it
little
picked up a couple of Globe
glow
and stuff,
fiction.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
but the first film we are talking about is The Coral.
I'd like to hear the chorale, or Haupt voll Blut und Wunden.
For God's sake, man, rein in the bloody German.
I always hold in having it if you fancy it. One you shall be resting. Angels ever bright and fair.
So The Coral is a British historical drama film directed by Nicholas Heidner and written by Alan Bennett. It's set during 1916, during the First World War, in the fictional town of Ramsden, Yorkshire. And it follows the members of a local choral society, which recruits a group of teenage boys and girls for a performance, which is controversial because it is a work chosen that was not written by a German,
Mm.
which is during the First World War, pretty controversial stuff. It stars Ray Fiennes, Roger Allam, Mark Addy, Alan Armstrong, Robert Ems, and Simon Russell Beale. This film is your grandparents' favorite movie. Like that's the thing. Like this is a Sunday matinee session. Get a glass of wine, get a scone, and just sit back and watch Rafe Fiennes as a gay choir master fight for his right to express his love for German art in a time where German art and, in fairness, homosexuality was really frowned upon. So it's a sweet movie. It's charming. It's by the numbers. I mean, you could take every plot point of this film and be like, I've seen that in this, I've seen that in this, I've seen that in this, I've seen that in this. But yeah, it was fine. What do you think of the choral the choral feat?
Yeah. This was the very first movie I saw at
A
TIFF
tiff,
in
yeah.
2025. Um, I like basically I saw Ray Fiennes and was like, I want to
In.
see a Ray Fiennes movie. He's usually very reliable. It sounded super sweet, and it is. It's a very sweet movie. It was so funny as you were saying, like it's a Sunday matinee movie. Take a grab because I was like, because literally a few months ago, because at the British Film Festival where this played,
Played, yeah.
my parents drove down from the Sunshine Coast and went to a Sunday afternoon screening.
Wow. There we go.
And she was,
Okay.
and they were just like, it was so beautiful, and it just shows you the importance of music. And I was like, yeah, it's really sweet, and it does show you how, music can bring people together that
Yeah.
might have differing opinions. That's like, yeah, and it's like, sure, it's a little bit formulaic, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm like, but it's so harmless, and it's
That's
just
the thing,
very,
right?
it's just a very sweet
It's a
movie.
movie that knows exactly what it's doing,
Yeah,
knows when to pull certain emotional strings.
yeah,
And that's fine because like this is not a movie I'll ever see again. I
right.
didn't hate watching it. I wasn't entirely moved by it, but that's okay because I've seen this sort of movie,
Mm,
especially in like a period setting, a
mm,
hundred times before. And that's not a bad thing, but you get Ray Fiennes who does bring a sort of gravitas to the role. He brings a lot of sort of, I guess for lack of a better word, in quotations, like performance to the
yeah.
role as well. And I think this is what that movie sort of needs. It is the sort of movie that I'm not necessarily struggle with, but I guess I just don't appreciate. It's got a lot of side characters doing side things that
Mm,
don't interest me as much as the main the main storyline, and a lot of it's got to do with relationships. So like there's one lady who's part of the choir whose husband is missing, potentially killed in action in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
war,
yeah.
and she's sort of dealing with that. Then you've got the idea that there's the first black woman to ever be a part of this choir. You've got a bunch of teenage boys from the military academy who have like sort of come in and they're a bit more ribbing of it initially, but then they're obviously transformed by the music. Then you've got the whole idea that the heads of the choir are all going through these massive changes and dealing with the controversy of the fact that Ray Fiennes' character wants to do a German piece of music, but he wants to alter what the music is about, which goes against the Catholic Church. Like there's a lot going. I'm shocked I remembered all of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And now I'm here saying like, and I wasn't moved by it. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. I don't know. But it's just there's so much happening in this movie that runs just under 2 hours that I didn't feel like I could grab on one thing and really be moved or engaged by it.
Mhm.
But as an overall, it's just a lot of sweet stories. Like this does not have a sad ending. This does
No.
not have there's no moment of the film that is like super devastatingly sad. It's just quite charming. And
Yeah.
that's fine. And that's kind of, there is absolutely, I'm not the gatekeeper of cinema, but like there is absolutely a place for movies like this
Yeah.
on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. You've literally said like everything.
That's the thing. There's just not much to say
I was
about
like,
it.
great, straight man keeping the gay
You
guy down,
you
sure. But
spoke to Nicholas Heitner though, right?
I did, yes. I interviewed him and he was really, really sweet. And I first of all I was like, because he directed The Object of My Affection,
I haven't seen it. I'm
um,
aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
which was like 1997, I
Right.
think. One of Jennifer Aniston's, like, when Friends was at its peak, and it was like her and Paul Rudd,
And
and
she's going
Paul
to
Rudd
start
was like,
doing more movies. Yeah.
Paul Rudd was like a gay character, and it was about them,
How?
um, them, her wanting to like have a baby and him be the father and all that sort of thing. And
Right.
I remember saying to Nicholas like that was, I would think I was 12 or 13, and it was like, I was aware that I was gay, but it was like
Mm.
one of those things that I couldn't talk about.
Right.
And like had the fear of like admitting that.
Mm.
And just seeing a movie like The Object of My Affection with like it just sort of, I guess, like normalized
Sure.
gay character. Like obviously
Yeah. Yeah.
there's still always going to be like a bit of,
Yeah.
stereotypicalness to it because it's the 90s and like all the gay guys got to be like sassy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think like Paul Rudd playing the character sort of added a bit of like, obviously this was kind of before Paul Rudd was like Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah. Yeah.
But like, it was post Clueless, so everyone was kind of
Yep.
in love with him.
Mm.
But I just think him playing this character sort of like helped sort of, I guess, ease audiences into watching this sort of story. And yeah, just things like that just meant a lot to me as a kid dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, he was really, really sweet to talk to, and yeah, like this was a really nice way to open TIFF for me. It was like, it was like 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm like,
Oh,
I
I
need
mean,
I need something just nice and
just to ease yourself in.
easy.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're lining up at like 7:30 in the morning because the press images.
P&I
This
screenings.
was
Yeah.
this was the P&I screening, so it was like first in, best dressed sort of thing. So you line up much earlier, and I was like, it's very early. I've got my hot chocolate in this line. And I was like, I have no idea
That might
what.
shock people to know Pete doesn't drink coffee,
I don't drink
which
coffee.
is wild.
Yeah.
If I could fucking IV it into me 24/7, I
Yeah.
would. It's
No,
wild that you don't drink
no,
coffee.
no coffee. No coffee.
No
Um,
coffee.
and like this hadn't screened anywhere, so I was like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into either.
Yeah.
But it was like just a great way to open the festival.
Yeah.
It was
It's just some balm
obviously,
for the soul sort of stuff.
obviously pretty much everything I saw after that was a better film. Not
Sure.
saying because the choral was shit, just
No.
I saw
It's
better
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But it really is just a very, very sweet movie. This has parents and grandparents written all over it.
Big time. Yeah.
Basically, and it's kind of like everyone that gets drunk and hungover on New Year's, this isn't the movie you see, but your parents will probably see it on New Year's
Exactly.
Day.
And you know
Like,
what? Because your parents will call you, be like, "Are you safe? Are you okay?" You're like, "I'm just hungover as fuck." Like, okay, we're gonna
great.
go see the Coral Ray Fiennes
Yeah,
today.
great. Me and your dad are gonna go see that Ray Fiennes music movie.
No, that's exactly what they won't call it, the Coral, and they'll go and ask for a ticket. Like, can I get 2 tickets to the Ray Fiennes music movie, please?
Yeah, like the one about the choir, the
The one about the
choral. Yeah,
choir. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Just a
it's
very
sweet.
easy. It's a very
Yeah,
easy watch. It's very sweet. It could have been very heavy considering,
lot darker,
but
but
but I kind of like that it was like we know that what is going on is so dark and depressing. Let's give you because this movie, like the singing was a form of escapism and a form
yeah,
of light. So it's kind of like this movie is encapsulates that.
it's
It's pure
embracing that
escapism, it's
sentiment for
light.
sure.
It's just you sit there and you just go, even though it's a World War II movie, I'm very like
Yeah,
I'm just at ease watching this,
I,
basically. And again, Ray Fiennes is kind of like you know that you're in good hands with him.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's what this is. Just a very sweet, easy watch.
super easy watch. That is the Coral. And if you are going to the movies on New Year's Day and you don't want to watch something that's more musically inclined, well, you're shit out of luck because the second film is Song Sung Blue.
I'm not a songwriter, I'm not a sex symbol, but I am an entertainer.
I don't want to be a hairdresser. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to be able to say, look at me, I made it.
Look at the night.
You're supposed to be Loretta Lynn?
Oh, Patsy Cline. My boobs were just a bit bigger. I could be Dolly.
You're blonde?
Oh boy, am I.
I can begin to know when
You know who you'd be perfect for? Neil Diamond.
we fill it up with only two.
We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder.
So this is a biographical musical drama written and directed by Craig Brewer, who did Black Snake Moan. And it's based on the 2008 documentary film of the same name. The film stars Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson as Mike and Claire Sardina, who performed as a Neil Diamond tribute band called Lightning and Thunder. The movie also stars Michael Imperioli, Ella Anderson, Mustafa Shakir, Fisher Stevens, and Jim Belushi. Now, I feel like maybe 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, this movie kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it was getting made. I didn't know that Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson were attached to it. And the trailer came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie about? And then I'm like, oh, it's going for an awards play. And then the first reactions came out, and it was mixed. In all honesty, it was mixed. They did say the performances were great. The movie may not hit all the emotional beats that it's trying to go for, but there is a life affirming aspect. There is a lot of heavy emotional aspects. But they all talked about the fact that Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are brilliant in the film. We've both had a chance to see it. I'll let you go first because I only watched this last night, and we normally do talk about movies we watch, but I haven't told you yet. But I want to hear because I kind of
No,
know how you feel
yeah,
about it.
yeah. So I remember a couple. I'm gonna say it felt like maybe beginning of 2025, middle of 24. I remember seeing the imagery of Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson,
Right.
and I do know that they were making this like Neil Diamond tribute band movie,
Mm.
and then it was kind of like heard about it and saw the imagery, and then there was just like crickets on it, and I was and then all of a sudden it was like the trailer was out, reactions were coming out. I remember there was and then there was all this stuff about Kate Hudson is now like she's going to be in the top 5 for best actresses and all this sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
right. Okay.
And it was like not that, and I was like Kate Hudson, not that she's
Bad or
not
not a
capable
good
of
actress.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like that. It was just kind of surprising that
Don't let music be the thing that reminds you of Kate Hudson's.
I don't think anybody remembers that. Um,
I do.
um,
Sadly.
so yeah, and then I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, okay, like yeah, this looks very trying to think of the right word. It was like this just
Does it look exactly like you expected it to be?
it
A
was
movie
almost
about a
like it
Neil
was
Diamond
almost
tribute
like
band.
in movies where they have a parody of what an awards movie is.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
some ways, but I was like, you know what? I want to watch it because I was like, I would see this movie anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we love
We,
Hugh. We
we
love
love Hugh
Kate.
Jackman, we love Kate, and
It looked like an interesting premise. I actually didn't even notice I pressed play last night that it's based on a true story.
yeah, like fuck, Black Snake Moan, fuck, dude,
Fucking
that
hell.
movie is
Hustle
so
and Flow,
good.
Craig Brewer did as well. Another
Um,
like really
in
again
a
about music, but
yeah, in a perfect world, Christina Ricci has an Oscar for Black Snake Moan. She's so good in that movie, and he
that
got a
movie's
great
heavy.
performance out of
Sam.
Timberlake
Oh,
as
really
well.
good. Yeah, Samuel Jackson and Timberlake. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, I went into this being like, look, I know that this is going to be. It's weird because for the first, like, I'm gonna say the first half, and the first half is more based on the music side of things. I
Yeah.
was like, this is a very standard biopic.
It's a biopic and it's a love story. Like
Yeah,
I
I
think
was like,
that's what people
I
are
was
missing.
like,
It's like it's a movie about two
yeah,
people like getting together and falling in
I was
love.
like,
And
the performances are fine. Like it,
do you mean like the acting or like the actual literal performances
no, no,
were
no,
very
like the
good?
acting
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, they do feel like they're leaning, a bit far into certain things, but I was like,
It's funny. So I think Kate Hudson is brilliant in this film. I think it's like she's doing work that like we saw her doing in the early 2000s. Like I
yeah,
think she's truly great. Hugh Jackman is really good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this is a version of Hugh Jackman that I believe would just be Hugh Jackman like before he's performing or
yeah,
like say The Boy from Oz or something. Like I'm like the musical man Hugh
yeah,
Jackman is very much on show here. It's just with the sheen of this guy, Mike Sardina.
yeah. So yeah, the first half I was like, okay, this is very
Did you like their
pleasant.
chemistry? Do you think they?
They played off each other
Yeah,
nicely. I
I
think,
thought it was
yeah,
quite antagonistic at times,
it
but
was
maybe
like,
that's kind of the point.
yeah. But once a certain thing happens,
Mhm.
and it's one of those things. It's a true story, so it's not like it's spoiling anything. But I think some people are going to be surprised at a particular event
Yeah.
that completely changes the trajectory of the film. It
Yep.
completely changes the timeline for Kate Hudson and
The
everything she
tone of the
goes
film
through.
changes a lot.
So, and I found the second half was more interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is a more interesting movie when you're focusing on the fact that Kate Hudson's character, who um basically feels like her life is over because of this
Accident.
quote unquote car accident,
Mm.
which is a car accident unlike what people are
Gonna expect. Yeah.
thinking. But then it becomes a very like heavy, like this isn't like, I think some people might go, oh, a Neil Diamond tribute band movie, how fun.
Yeah,
The
it's not
second,
the
the second,
RSL
the second
performance.
half of this movie is depressing, and it
It's heavy,
is
yeah.
very heavy.
And Kate
And
Hudson and Hugh Jackman lean into that
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
and then it's like, and then it doesn't even. There's like, just when you think it's going to get better, there's like another bit of tragedy that I was like, fuck, like
So it
yeah,
kind of reminded me in that way of The Smashing Machine a little bit,
yeah,
where it's a
yeah,
movie
yeah,
that on the surface you might think is about hope, but is kind of quite dark
yeah.
underneath the
I
surface.
was shocked that this, like, considering the way that everything was framed, everything was
Mm.
leaned into, the performances, I was shocked that this movie ended as sadly as it did.
But I guess that's the true story, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
like,
the
and we
tough
shouldn't be, and
part
that's like,
about it.
yeah.
Like,
But it's all, and if like this wasn't a true story, you'd almost be like, it's like
Jesus fucking
like
Christ,
it reminded me
Craig
of
Brewer.
like
Yeah.
Iron Claw in certain ways of like, if you didn't know that that was a true story, you would think,
You just
how
call it
like,
misery porn. That's all you
yeah,
call it. Yeah.
because I was like, how like give these guys a break? But that's what this is. She
Yeah.
went through an accident. She went through depression and
Well,
psychosis and
she
everything.
was already dealing with mental health
Yeah,
issues before the accident as well.
yeah.
Like they
And
do
then
telegraph that quite well.
like her fucking husband passes away. Like
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty
it's
heavy
brutal.
in
Yeah.
very unceremonious fashion.
Yeah.
I think is the big
But
thing to know.
I do like I understand why Kate Hudson's getting awards
Yeah, I've seen a few people talk about how it's like the best performance of her career, and it's great. Like she's really
it's not
great
the
in it,
best of
but
her career.
it's up
Like,
there. I would call it a
yeah,
top five for her for
yeah,
sure.
almost famous is pretty much
Oh God, yeah, you're not beating that. Yeah,
um I don't know if she'll like it's one of those things. I don't know if she'll get into
I
the
think she's an
Oscars.
outlier. I think she's an outlier at the
But
Oscars.
then it's also like, but this is also the kind of performance they love as
Yeah,
well.
that's true. And
But
you've
yeah,
got
I
then
just
all the Neil Diamond classics, like the Sweet Caroline
oh
montage. I was swept up. I was like, this is beautiful.
there's no way that you don't go like and then it's like you realize like you sort of think, oh, Sweet Caroline's the only song I know, and then the movie goes and you're like, oh shit, like I know this song
Yeah,
and I know
yeah.
this song, and you realize Neil Diamond's got like an incredible catalog of
Oh
music.
yeah, he's phenomenal. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I just think I was quite taken aback by how serious and dramatic this was when it's very much being advertised as a feel good movie.
So it's funny you say that because I actually kind of left it with that feel good. Actually think the last few moments are feel good adjacent, at
Right.
least. I think the video that we see at the end actually
Yeah.
kind of left me with a smile on my face. And despite it being like, I agree with you, the second half of the film is sad. It is
Yeah.
just depressing and dour.
And like the daughter
I
like
know, yeah,
being
that's
like
yeah.
can you like her just being like
It's a
can
tragedy
you
on tragedy and dealing with that
yeah,
sort of
because
stuff.
she's just like, she's like, we need you to go to the doctors. And she's like, yeah, I'll go in a minute. And then like, she's like, how come you didn't wake me up from my appointment? She's like, I woke you up 8 hours ago and you fell asleep. I'm like, she's like, I'm fucking done
Yeah,
babysitting you. Like you're a
yeah.
grown woman. You need to, like, and it's like, yeah, it was, I think, yeah, I think that just because the first half felt so like
Well, it's the love,
magical in a lot of
and that's the
ways.
thing because they meet. They meet. What I did love about the first half as well. I think Craig Brewer really gets that behind the curtain aspect of tribute bands and impersonation bands because you got
Yeah,
Michael Imperioli doing Buddy Holly
yeah, yeah,
impersonations. There's a James Brown impersonator who I thought was great. I think he's like one of the highlights of the film. And that culture, it kind of reminded me of like the beginning of A Star Is Born, especially the stuff
yeah,
that's in the drag bar and
yep,
things like that. So we've seen a lot of these sorts of movies before. I think he captures that world really well. I think this is a wonderfully shot film because that magical feeling you're talking about in the first half, like everything's very strongly backlit, the
yeah.
reds and the
Oh,
blues. It has
you're
this
like,
fantastical element to it,
it's
right?
kind of nice to look at a movie that you just go, oh, this feels like you go,
It's
this
quite
feels like
stunning.
yeah, and you go, this feels like something from like, and I mean this in like a very nice way, something from like the 90s or the 2000s when movies still
Do you know
looked like movies, you know what I mean?
it's funny that it's about tribute bands because it almost feels like a tribute to those sorts of movies. It's
Yeah, yeah.
capturing this
And it
feeling.
could be because it's set in the nine like
It
the
is set
80s.
in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's maybe why it looks like an actual
Yeah,
film. And
totally.
we're not getting this like HD sheen that sort of so many movies seem to be doing
Hmm.
nowadays. Yeah.
And the costumes and the characters, like Jim Belushi is this larger than life character.
I
He's great.
love I love when Jim Belushi
Just
like
pops up and stuff.
like
Yeah.
and reminds you like, oh, he's like a really great actor. Like
Great actor. He's
you sort of
really funny
forget.
in this. He's really
Yeah,
quirky and really
yeah,
silly. Fisher Stevens is great. And
yeah,
this is what I love about the first half of the film as well, is the idea that yes, Hugh Jackman's character Mike is a Neil Diamond impersonator, but he's also a mechanic. And
mm,
Fisher Stevens is his manager, but he's
mhm.
also a dentist.
Yeah, yeah,
And Jim Belushi has connections to casinos to get them to do their performances, but he runs a bar. Like it's
yeah,
these things like everyone is chasing a dream. Kate Hudson's character starts off as a Patsy Cline impersonator,
yeah,
and she's just like, I like singing. She's like, I'm dealing with so much in my life. Like I'm divorced, I have mental health issues, I've got a young daughter,
yeah,
but I get to be someone else on
yeah.
stage for 30
I
minutes.
mean, it's very much like,
The
you
allure
know,
of it is so
but it's
strong.
also like Nick and I are film reviewers, but we also have day jobs
Day
because
jobs
we
outside of
need
everything
to,
else.
it's like we need
Because
to
life
have,
and money.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's like
I impersonate a movie reviewer every day.
I impersonate working in retail. This is
But
who I am.
you're right. That first hour encapsulates all those things, and it swept me in. There's these musical montages,
Yeah.
and then it does drastically take its turn. But I feel like this is probably, I would call them major flaws. This is probably two or three major flaws away from being one of the best movies of the year. I just
Yeah.
think as a whole, it doesn't work entirely, but there are so many elements that I'm like, I could see this being in top people's top 10 lists.
Oh,
But there's
absolutely.
just a few major things
Yeah.
like the that tonal shift is jarring. I don't think this movie needs to be 2 hours, 10 minutes long.
It is
I
long,
think
yeah.
you could bring it down a little bit through there. But yeah, I actually think I appreciated this a lot more than I expected for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, it's just I think I just again this like the same way that we've spoken about like rental family going like I just think people going into this I'm like be prepared
Sure.
for like because as soon as that car comes around the corner and that's a such a good shot as well the way that is that the
Yeah.
way that's framed but I was like that completely changes the film
Well, and
and
then in that next scene alone, there's something else that happens that you go, "What the fuck is
yeah
going on right now?" Like, yeah.
yeah but
I
like
think that also the two children, the two
oh
actors are really great as
so
well.
good and
The
I
stepson
love
and the
that
daughter.
they like I love that like the like his daughter and her daughter like are sort of like they're sort of forced
Mm.
together but they find like a common ground and then like Kate Hudson's daughter then basically just really starts referring to Hugh Jackman as her dad
Her
and
dad, yeah, it's
like
sweet.
it's really really sweet and it's like it shows you in how like tragedy can either pull people apart or it can bring people together. And she kind of is like, you're all I've got because my mum is just not
Yeah,
like I don't know what is going on with her and like
no,
I can't keep like being the mum to my mum like
yeah,
but no it's like yeah it's just I think just the tonal shift because I knew that it was going to be a dramatic
you felt it
film.
coming, right? Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but I was like, I just was then completely shocked at like, yeah, of course, like she's in an accident, she's gonna be like, it's not gonna be nice. But
yeah.
I just think the mental health side of things was not something I was really
Expecting, yeah,
expecting. But it also gives Kate Hudson like you like oh she like because Kate Hudson for so long was just not getting good stuff
no,
really.
no,
So it's so great to like see her like be able to go like you're a really good actress and you
she's
just
an
need
incredible
to
actress.
and like hopefully these last few years of resurgence sort of hopefully will keep going because like Glass Onion, Running Point, and now this you're like
True.
we just need to keep her
Keep
in
the Kate Hudson train
keep
going.
her away from Sia basically.
I think that can be said for a lot of people, artists and consumers alike. But that was Song Sung Blue. That's the two movies that are coming out on New Year's Day in Australia. And as we head into 2026, we say goodbye to 2025, obviously. And in doing that, we talk about the things we loved, especially in films. And Pete and I are going to give quickly our top three movies. And we're doing three because we've got extensive lists. I've got like 24 movies in my list at the
Mm.
moment that you'll be able to see. I'm sure people put them up on the aureview.com. I'll be putting them up on the worldscreens.com. You will see full, more comprehensive lists. But going top three movies of the year, because if, like I said, it's movie watching time. If people are on holidays and they're with the families and you're turning on the TV, three movies that people can watch. Do you want to start with number three, Pete? What your number three movie of 2026?
So my look because I'll quickly just say there's possibly some crossover in Nick and
I think
I's.
there's a lot of crossovers. So, yeah.
So I'll just quickly shout out Eternity and
Yep.
Kiss of the Spider Woman were like round out the top five.
Yep.
I think Eternity is just incredible romantic comedy. Kiss of the Spider Woman is such a beautiful musical that it saddens me that it's just gotten
I still haven't
overlooked.
seen it. I will make some time
But
to watch it.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so those two, if you can seek them out, please do. But my number three, um, was a movie that unfortunately in our wonderful states
Mhm.
did not get a theatrical release. It
Still livid about that.
played at a queer film festival to like a
A sold out crowd who
massive
loved it.
turnout. We were so interested in seeing this movie that we flew to another state to watch it.
Yes. It's part
Um,
of the Sydney Film Festival
so
lineup.
it was a Sundance title. It caused a massive uproar at Sundance because it was available as one of the few films that the general public could rent.
Yes.
And because people on the internet are pieces of shit, they recorded a particular scene involving a particular actor, and got posted everywhere. And Sundance and were basically like, cool. This movie doesn't have studio distribution, so it's like this is even worse.
Yep.
So they pulled it from the rental platform. People that had paid to rent it that still hadn't been able to watch it, it was
Weren't
just
allowed to
taken
watch it.
away.
Yep.
They got refunded, but yeah, it was just taken away. So just please, just don't record shit. But the movie I'm talking about is Twinless. Um, Incredible, like James Sweeney, like what he made here is just like so masterful. It's like a very, very black comedy. It's very, very funny, but it's incredibly dramatic. We've spoken a lot about movies that take a turn in their second half. Where Twinless goes,
Well, this movie takes a turn in its first 30 fucking minutes. Like that's
genuinely, like genuinely shocking.
Mhm.
And in a perfect world, Dylan O'Brien is a Best Supporting Actor contender because his performance in this is phenomenal. Not taking anything away from James Sweeney
No,
either.
no.
Director, actor, writer, like
Yeah,
you know.
he's doing it all.
But I think we're just so used to seeing Dylan O'Brien in a certain way that what he does here, and he does it with two roles, and two roles that are so wildly different that you like genuinely believe he's a twin. Like
Yeah.
it's wild. The premise is basically people that have twins, one of their twins has passed away, and they all come together in like a support group about it. That is all I will say.
Mm.
Because I know a lot of people haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
I want people to seek this out because it is just one of the most original films that you will see. It's so funny.
Mm.
It's so thrilling. It's very dramatic. Um, it just shows you how exciting original cinema can be. And it even though it's got it's a queer laced film, it doesn't alienate audiences either with what it's
Trying
doing.
to, yeah.
So yeah, I knew that I was gonna like it, but I was like just genuinely like completely taken aback by it. But I think Nick and I can both attest that was one of the greatest like crowd experiences as well. That
Oh,
screening.
so much fun. So much fun. That's actually one of my honorable mentions as well. It's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Twinless was fucking brilliant. So that
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. And Bring Her Back is another one in my honorable mentions. That was lower in my top 20 initially, but I rewatched it and I genuinely think it's a 5-star movie. It's bleak, but it's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Philippi Brothers, I'll watch anything they do. They are cemented themselves as some of my favorite filmmakers for sure.
Yeah.
My number 3 is The Life of Chuck. This is a movie that has just not left my brain since watching it. I've seen it 3 times now. I think it is a genre-bending exploration into how the littlest, most seemingly insignificant moments of life turn out to be the most major things that have the most meaning. It's obviously adapted from a Stephen King novel, Mike Flanagan writing and directing it, and just the way it explores the idea of what has become now one of my favorite sayings of all time: "I contain multitudes." It's just it's perfect. So, Life of Chuck is just one of those movies I'm constantly trying to show people.
Mhm.
such a great setup, such a great premise at for the third act, which is the first act of the
Mm.
film, in the way we view it, but where it goes to, and then sort of yeah, just the life affirming nature of it's so beautiful. Tom Hiddleston, despite being on the poster, is in the movie the least amount of all the main
Mm.
characters, and I mean, just I like love the first and second acts, but that third act with Benjamin Pajak and Mia Sarah
Oh,
going through that the dance hall days montage is just one of my favorite scenes of the year. So
but it also leads to, but is preceded by one of the
yeah,
most joyous dance sequences
oh,
I think put to film. Like,
incredible. So
yeah,
it's just it just pulls on the heartstrings, this movie, but it has a lot of meaning to it as well. So I think yeah, it's just stay with me so long.
yeah.
Number two, Pete.
Number two, just a little horror movie by the name of Weapons.
Funnily enough, Pete, that's my number two as well.
Um,
What a movie!
like, wow, like we both went into this. And also shout out to the lovely Wendy for like putting this on at a particular time that basically suited us more than anything. Like, really.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
We
you know,
appreciate you, mate.
by the time that we saw this, we had heard some reactions come out.
Yeah,
Everybody was saying like it's funnier than you're expecting.
Mhm.
Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia was like
Yeah, and we were like,
linked,
what the
and we were
fuck is
like,
this
what the
movie
hell?
about?
But we still basically went into this like really not knowing
Very
anything.
blind.
Like,
Yeah.
because the trailer gave you nothing.
Just a bunch of fucking weird imagery. Yeah.
And knowing that at 2:17 kids got out of their beds altogether.
And ran away. Yeah.
So if you can go into Weapons not knowing anything, please do if you
Yes. Yep.
haven't seen it yet. Um, because the unknown for this is like what makes it like so
And
enveloping.
that Magnolia Rashomon storytelling where you get, because it follows, it's 6 chapters, follows a different character each chapter, and then where it leaves on one person and then sort of backtracks a little bit, and then you
Like,
get more
yeah,
reveal and
it
backtracking.
shows you how all of these characters are
Yeah,
connected.
it's very fun story, like
And
screenwriting
there's
and narrative
one
writing.
one character by the name of Gladys who was kind of
Aunt Gladys.
linking everything together. Um, it is amazing that a horror film is getting the kind of
Yeah.
push it
Yeah.
is, where Amy Madigan's performance could genuinely win
An
the
Oscar.
Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, and like rightfully so. She's
Rightfully so.
incredible, but it does make me a little bit sad of like all of the other horror performances that fell by
Sure.
the wayside.
Sure.
Tony Collette in Hereditary was, and Lupita Nyong'o in Us, just straight up, should have gotten what Amy Madigan is getting. Regardless of that, this film is like, it's so dark and so funny and just makes you think and makes you laugh. And the fact that Zach Krieger's like puts in
Mm.
all of this imagery and it also doesn't mean a goddamn thing as
He's just
well.
like, it's weird and it works. You're like,
And
yeah,
it
dude, I'll
does,
follow you into the
and
fucking
like,
dark.
and I love that it kind of opens up all these conversations about
Yep.
things. He's like, yeah, have a conversation. I don't have any reason for that, but if you want to have a reason for it, then go ahead. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us were expecting it to go where it goes.
No,
Um,
no.
but it's
In the best way possible, though.
and like
The final 15 minutes is
Oh,
fucking
but-
fantastic.
just I think when you rewatch this,
Which I have.
yeah, I have, and obviously this looks
Great in
great
4K.
4K.
Yep.
Um, you kind of see like Gladys as a character means a lot more on rewatch when you see like her in scenes that you didn't know she was in to begin with.
Totally. Yep. Yep.
And what she's doing is like again, a lot of it's unexplained, but you sort of put it together as to like
Well,
she's
that's the
probably
cool part about Zach
like,
Cregger's screenplay is that
yeah,
it is not giving you all the answers, but it's not entirely ambiguous.
yeah, like you kind of get like she's probably much older than we believe, and like her, and it's
And she
like,
looks old as fuck
and
in
it's
this.
like there's, and like the whole thing is like, yeah, there's probably no, she's probably just like, just wants to live forever, and she's just killing people because she can, and it's her way of getting life, basically.
And it's
It's
fucking fun to
just,
watch.
it's so much
But
fun,
it's
and it's
even the
got,
non-horror elements of this movie that are great
yeah,
as well. The character work, especially between like Alden
oh,
Ehrenreich and Julia Garner's character, and Josh Brolin is fucking brilliant in this as well. Like, just
but
really good shit.
there are some genuinely terrifying
And
images.
just disturbing sort of shit. Yeah.
The mother holding scissors walking towards the car is fuck
Terrifying.
me, and the
Yeah,
fact that
great.
it's always in one shot and you hear the back door open, like it's
Yeah, it's one of the coolest scenes of the
it's
year.
it's so great.
Definitely well
Yeah,
deserved at the number two
and
spot.
you just like give Zach Krieger's a blank check and let him
Well,
like
I'm excited to see what he does with the Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah,
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
super excited for that because we need a good one after whatever the fuck Raccoon City was.
Which Johannes Roberts has apologized for and does make
Good,
up for it in Primate, which we will talk about in a few weeks.
nice.
Um,
Yeah,
well, since we had the same number two, I'll reveal what our number one was,
yeah.
which is, I think, going to feature in a lot of people's top list of the year, but Sinners. And I think this has been my number one movie since it came out in
It's right.
April, right? It was April. So
April. Yeah, yeah,
we saw it before the hype, before
yeah.
all the
We were
reviews came out. We were lucky enough to jump on
um
some interviews for it.
um we we were very lucky that our reactions did very
Well,
well.
yours, mine was okay, but yours
I mean,
got.
you look, you were in variety. We got in
We got in
variety.
variety. That's
That's
true. Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's very true.
Yes, look, I'll admit my pull quote did very
It
well.
did very
This
well.
was
It did
like
very well.
this was like in America in NBA playoff ads they were
Yeah,
playing. Like this was
which is
wild.
pretty fucking cool.
But I stick by it. Gory, horny, relevant is the best way to sum it up.
What a
Um,
fucking movie! This is
just
just like. Okay, here's what's fucked up.
yeah.
I haven't seen it since the cinemas. I've only watched it
Dang,
once.
I have bought it. It's sitting.
I'm waiting until I get the go ahead to watch because I need to show people this movie.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
very
No,
sorry. I'm not taking it up to the in-laws for Christmas. I'm not going
no.
to watch it with them.
Um,
Mainly
no,
because
I'm
that
the same.
scene, the
I
scene where she goes, and then you fucked me so hard. Then you
yeah,
stuck your tongue in my coochie and fucked me so
yeah.
hard. I just
Um,
don't want to be sitting with my in-laws while that's
no,
going.
yeah. I'm the same. I haven't rewatched it, but it's
We've
hasn't.
seen bits and pieces though because we went to the Gold Coast IMAX where the manager there showed us like the opening scene of the
Yeah.
session. I was like, "Fuck, this looks amazing." I've obviously seen clips that have circulated online, and I'm like, all I want to do is watch this movie again. But I
Yeah,
feel like I want it to be perfect. I want to be like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
locked
yeah,
in. I'm ready for Sinners.
yeah.
This is a movie that obviously has now been marketed as a vampire film, but
Hmm.
it's so much more than that. And we won't do it any justice by talking about what Ryan Coogler has talked about already with this film and how much it is about the exploration of black culture through music,
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
during the early 1900s. Um, I would watch a whole fucking movie about Smoke and Stack's adventures with Al Capone.
Oh yeah,
That is fucking throwaway mentioned in the film. Like that would be
yeah.
incredible. But the whole first hour and a bit of this movie that is just them building the Duke Shack and trying to run this thing and then Jack O'Connell, who was arguably will be the villain of 2025, a close with Amy Madigan as end of
Yeah.
2026 when you see
26,
him in
yeah.
28
Oh,
years of Bone
when you
Temple.
guys see the Bone Temple, ooh,
You're in for a fucking treat.
my God.
But it's just this concoction of genre, this concoction of tone. This movie has great action, it has great horror, it has horny fucking sex scenes, it has like some good comedy, fantastic music. The montage of the
That
history of music and the evolution of black music is fucking incredible. Is the
I
scene of the year.
I still remember Nick and I sitting in that cinema, and by the like we were already like I think like 40 minutes in, we were both looking at each other. We were like, "Is this
This
the best movie? Like, this is great."
this movie's fucking rad.
That musical sequence, which shouldn't work
With
in
Miles
like,
Caton's voice.
but
Oh
like
my God.
you, if you read that scene on paper, you'd be like, but it's like using modern music, but it's set in these times. Like it shouldn't work, and yet it is just so masterfully executed. And you're just like Ryan Coogler can do no like
He's a genius.
alongside Zach Krieger's just like Ryan Coogler, like anything this man does is like
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
But I remember that scene happened, and
Mm-hmm.
then once it was finished, I think Nick and I were both just like, "That was fucking
We just, I
great."
remember,
Like,
just
we were
looked at
like,
each other. We were
we were
just
like,
like, this is
"What?
the
Like,
best.
what have we just seen? Like no other film. Like this is like no one has done that. Like this is just and as much as everyone's like, oh, it's like From Dusk Till Dawn because it's so much of it is like not a vampire movie and then it's a vampire movie. I'm like,
It's a
sure,
vampire movie in a bar, right? Sure.
sure, if that's what you want to liken it to, then go ahead. But I was like, but it's not. Like, oh, like
It's
there's
so
so
much
much,
more.
there's
So
so
much
much
more.
more. And also like Michael B. Jordan,
I
like
mean,
in dual roles, like just phenomenal.
as twin brothers, but also has two distinct personalities
Yeah,
with Smoke and Stack.
yeah.
Like,
But then also
incredible.
like
Haley
and but
Steinfeld,
then
fucking
also like
brilliant.
he's acting like it's like when he's acting opposite himself,
Yeah,
you
it's
genuinely
brilliant.
feel like but yeah, Haley Steinfeld, like we'll say
Miles,
she does not like she has spoken about the fact she's like, I don't want anybody quoting this character to me. And you're like, fair,
fair.
but you get some banging dialogue in
Oh, she
this.
had some fucking
We,
incredible and some
but
amazing scenes.
but like Delroy Lindo, Jack O'Connell, Miles Caton, Jamie
Rina
Lawson,
Masaku.
like everybody in this movie is just like full tilt. Like it's I
There's
really
a
hope
reason it's the movie of the year.
and I really hope that like I really hope that it gets the kind of love it deserves.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
I will be shocked if this isn't in like everybody's top 10, everybody's top 5.
Yeah. And we're
I think
talking about it in a month or so at the Oscars and Golden Globes
and we're also and like Nick and I are talking about this film as something we saw 9 months ago that we haven't rewatched.
and it's still
But like
my favorite, yeah.
it's still there. And it's like we haven't rewatched it because it's like, yeah, we both want that next viewing to be like
I'm looking at
perfect.
my top 10 now. So I've rewatched Weapons, I've rewatched Life of Chuck, I've rewatched Bring It Back, I've rewatched Warfare, I've rewatched Together. All movies in my top 10.
Yeah.
And then other ones like recently, like I haven't rewatched One Battle After Another. I haven't rewatched Nuremberg, and haven't rewatched It Was Just an Accident. But that's because the last two I only saw in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And One Battle After Another, I know we're watching over Christmas again. So I'm like,
Right.
these are all movies that have had rewatches, or I have sort of watched again. The fact that Sinners is still number 1
Mm.
and has not changed that position at all throughout the year, and never once doubted its spot, just means it is just like a quintessential fucking masterpiece of a film. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's brilliant.
And
if you
it's
haven't
not,
seen
and
it,
it's, and
watch
yeah,
it.
and we're not being biased because it decided to do very well for both of us.
We loved it before it made us famous. No.
That's it. We loved it before hype. Like
Yeah, big time, yeah.
We were, I'm gonna say it, we were the original hype train for it.
I'd like to think so. Variety
Yeah.
thought so.
Variety thought so. A bunch of other websites thought so. So,
And thank you to them.
yeah, just I don't think neither of us can stress how incredible this movie is. And even if you're not like a horror fan, I'm like it's so much more than that. Like yes, it does become a horror movie and it gets very violent, like we won't deny that.
Yeah,
But it's not like, 2 hours of just gory vampire violence. Like there's so much
the build up to that
is so
fucking
good.
incredible.
So it's like it's earned that much more when it happens.
Totally.
And yeah, but like the musical sequence alone is almost worth like just fucking it's so good.
It's so good. If you are
Oh,
looking for anything to watch over the Christmas period, fucking watch Sinners
yeah,
because it is incredible.
incredible.
And those are the top three films from Pete and myself for 2025. Obviously, if you want to see longer, more extensive lists and breakdowns of that, AU Review and worldofscreens.com, respectively. But that is the first episode of 2026 done and dusted. Thank you all for listening. Next week, we will be talking about Richard Linklater's making of breathless drama Nouvelle Vague
Mm.
and the Sydney Sweeney boxing film, I believe her Oscar play, which was Christie. So those are the two movies that'll be hitting Aussie cinemas next week. And we'll be talking about also the return of the box office top five, which we will talk about whether or not Avatar delivered. Spoiler alert, I think it did.
Yeah.
But that is on next week's show. In the meantime, head to worldofscreens.com for the latest film, TV news, reviews, award experts, articles, much, much more. Pete, if people want to find you on the interwebs, where can they find you?
At Rated PDG on X and Instagram, on Letterboxd, on TikTok, the AUReview.com. I don't even know what's out at this point, so just keep there.
There's stuff out everywhere. It's
It's
just that
always,
time of year.
it's almost like yeah.
Pete and I are turning off for the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
from recording this one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, all of the things.
all of the things.
And then all of the things for me and all of the things for you, Nick.
At Nick's Flicksfix on Instagram, X, TikTok, and Letterboxd. Novastream.com.au for interviews. Next one coming up will be 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple with Nia DaCosta and Aaron Kellyman, which is a fun interview, but most importantly, waterscreens.com. Welcome into 2026, everyone, and we'll see you on the next episode of Water Screens Podcast.